Hey everyone, it's Mark with Mark's Virtual Real Estate Channel. We're back with another Upland video, and today we're making the official announcement of where my node's going to be. Technically, I did it yesterday in a short, but I know a lot of people don't see the shorts as much as they see these videos. Talking about where we're going to have the new node in Detroit. We'll talk about some of my other nodes, how they're doing. We'll maybe go into what a node is and what our goals and plans are, and maybe I'd love to hear input from the viewers on what they think a node should be and what the goal should be as well. And then I'll talk about a mistake Upland made with my Spark and how it looks right now. So we'll go about all of that. And I'd love to hear the likes, comments, shares. Love to know how you feel about Queens still and all the different stuff going on at Upland. And I have a real estate channel as well, Mark Ferguson Invest for More, where I talk about my flips, rentals, real life, real estate stuff. I just got a 13,000 square foot industrial property under contract. So I'll be showing that here when we buy that. Really cool property. I'm really excited about that one. So we'll show all kinds of cool stuff on that channel. Also information about the current real estate market, like if there's a housing crash coming, interest rates, things like that. All right, so we're in Queens right now, as you can see, but I'm going to pop up here and go over to Detroit, where we start kind of our, what I call them is lazy nodes, which means, well, first off, Upland is a kind of a virtual real estate game where you can buy actual lots in real life. So their lots are the same size as real life. You can build on them, you can collect rent, you can flip them. It's actually a tremendous amount of fun. Now, Upland decides where certain collections are and how to make properties more valuable. But players can also take control too with nodes, which is where I think it's really fun, in that we can group together and say, hey, we all want to buy in this neighborhood, or we all want to build properties here, or we want to take over this street somehow. And it can raise the value of the properties ourselves and build a community and have a lot of fun. So I started what was called a couple lazy nodes, and that just means, you know, some other nodes like Sunset and Century City and the Upland Auto Group and some other ones, Morningside. There's a lot out there. You know, have Discord channels, they have contests, they have rules, they've got like bylaws. They do an amazing job of just building a huge community, and they spend a ton of time doing it. And my hat's off to them for doing that. I took the route of I'm just going to mention it on my YouTube channel and say, hey, let's buy here and build stuff, and then see where it goes. So that's kind of how I do a lot of my real life real estate too. So it works out pretty well, but sometimes it can get you in a little bit of trouble. But I'm a very high level thinker, not as much detail oriented. So anyway, here's Henry Ford. Here's one of the nodes that we did a while ago, and it has been doing really, really well. And I always like to go to upxland.me to see kind of where prices are. And when we first started buying here, let me make sure everything's right there, I could buy properties for 7,000 to 8,000 UPX. And I bought quite a few of them. Oh, sorry, I have to interject. My screen recorder froze on me, so I just lost like the last 20 minutes I did. But I'll redo it, and we'll do that right here. But anyway, I was browsing around, and this popped up. This is my latest car purchase. So in case you guys didn't know about Upland cars, right? I love cars. I have a 94 Super Twin Turbo and a 91 Super Turbo now, and a few others. So anyway, I know, weird interjection, but it makes me feel slightly better about Upland, or my screen freezing. Anyway, I was talking about Henry Ford and buying properties at 7,000 to 8,000. Well, now you can see we're at 15 to 17, and actually it's been closer to 17 to 18. These two just popped up, and when I first saw them, I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy them right away. But I'm not going to buy them right away. I'm going to let them sit there in case someone else wants to get into Henry Ford, slightly cheaper than what we have been seeing. And you can see down here, 81 properties for sale. We've been hovering from 70 to 80 for a while now. When it first started, it was up over 100, 110 or so. So it's been pretty cool to see the progress, and the properties go up in value and decrease in how many are for sale. So like in real life real estate too, that's kind of a really good indicator of what the market might do, is how many properties are for sale, what the inventory is. Same kind of here in Upland. So it's pretty cool to see real life do that. And you can see here the property I'm building right there. And we'll talk about Spark here in a second. And I built one here. You can see more being completed. Really cool to see. That's the crooked one that's now straight. And like I said, I don't want to encourage people to build crooked ones. But just for future value of your property, try and make them straight with the street. And we'll show Upland Analysis new node too. He has kind of a different strategy sometimes. We'll talk about his, but either straight or in line with the street. But anyway, as far as Spark goes, we'll show you something crazy. Oh, that's not mine. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. What am I doing here? So I came on here over the weekend, and it says I don't have enough Spark balance, but I've got a certain amount of Spark staked. And so what happened was I up-leveled during Spark Week, so I went to Director to Executive, I think. And with that, you're supposed to get 1 Spark plus a 0.2 bonus if you upgrade during Spark Week. So I got my 1 Spark, and then it said, or people said you have to wait for them to make sure you did it legit, you didn't cheat to get your bonus. And a lot of people went to jail, I guess, during that, or Upland was investigating them. And I didn't, thankfully. But then, like a couple days later, I got 0.6 Spark, not 0.2, 0.6. I'm like, oh, what's going on? I mentioned on YouTube, and some other people said that happened to them as well. Well, then over the weekend, all of a sudden I got another 0.6 Spark. I have no idea why. So I actually ended up getting 2.2 Spark from up-leveling instead of 1.2. So Upland, I think, figured it out, and they took away one of my Spark. So you can see now, it says I don't have enough balance. My balance is 3.4, but they're letting me keep it staked on this property probably until it's done. And at that point, I won't be able to use all the Spark I have. So I had a slight bonus for a while, but yeah, if I go here and I try and contribute to him, oh, whoops, where do I go? There we go. Your balance is 0.99. So I was super excited there for a while for going from like 1 some Spark to 4 some Spark in a week. But now it's back to where it should be at 3 something. So anyway, you can see buildings being completed, a mansion is completed, lots of townhomes, other buildings being started. If we go down here to the south a little, oh, there it is. An apartment building's been completed, another townhouse. All kinds of cool stuff is happening in Henry Ford. So that's really cool to see. 8 Mile is our other little node we started here, and I'll show you what's going on up there. That started at like 11,000 or so. And the prices there have gone to 15 to 17 in that range as well. And there's, 120 properties for sale there. So it's not quite as good as the Henry Ford one, but I've definitely been building in Henry Ford. I've been focusing more there. But I think this could be a really cool area too eventually. 8 Mile, just with the... if cars get introduced, it's the most famous road in Detroit, thanks to Eminem. So I think that'll be a really cool area as well. All right. Now, moving on to Queens. So, I have my screen kind of shifted here. Sorry about that. That was because of where I was before when I was doing my video and none of it... Like, you could see the screen and what I was doing, but you couldn't hear anything I said. That's how it freezes, so that was annoying. Anyway, we're talking about where we announced our new node here very, very soon. And then Upland Analysis, or Radish Head, announced he's doing a Hollis Hills node. So, that's kind of cool to see. I'm curious right now. I bought 1 property in there before he announced that, and then I just wonder what prices are doing there. Oh, I'm in, that's why. Go to Queens, not do 8 Mile, then we do search, and hopefully that works right. Everything else looks good. That is not right. I am in, oh. That is all of Queens. All right. Holliswood, right? Not Hollis Hills. Or it is Hollis Hills. Whoops. There we go. I think that's correct. Okay, 29,000. So you can see there are some properties there. And then we can jump into here and see. Are we in the right area? I'm in the wrong area. What am I doing? My first video was much better. It is Holliswood, right? Yes. See, I had it right the first time. I'm like, that's a collection. That's where I have other properties. Holliswood, that's where his is. Now, trying to help him out, I probably just confused everybody. Ooh, look at that. The prices have jumped a bunch, 56. These are around 20 to 30 before. So you can see you announce a node, and prices can really shoot up pretty quickly. And then you'll see here too, lots of buildings starting. So really cool to see that. And then he had said, I think he wants like a certain design, like red roofs and white houses, because that's kind of like what a radish looks like. I don't know. I was watching the video, but I might have been doing some other things at the same time. But anyway, his strategy on building too, a lot of times he says he likes to center them on the street, not where the boundaries are on the lot. So I can see both strategies, but if you have a straight street and a straight lot and then your property is like that, that's when it looks funky and you're probably going to hurt your value. So yeah, you can see some of these are centered on the street and some on the lot, but they're almost all centered on something, not just randomly placed. So yeah, anyway, that's cool to see. Now getting back to mine. All right, so we talked about lots of different areas to do the node. I released a short already yesterday, so if you're tired of me talking, you just want to see it, then you can go there right now. But we talked about our Vern, because I have so many properties there, minted a ton there, but it just wasn't exclusive enough, too many properties. Edgemere was kind of like my next choice. And I even bought a couple properties here thinking I would do it here. I'm like, oh, I could build a mansion on my beachfront lot right here. That'd be pretty cool. But then I don't know, it wasn't like, I wasn't feeling it quite as much. And then when I released my video, a few people kept mentioning the same neighborhood. And then I started thinking about it more. And Neponsit is the one that we're going to do. And you can see now why I had it curved before, because I'm slightly OCD and like to have my boundaries straight. So Neponsit is the one we're doing. And I was just looking at the area and the size of the neighborhood and all the beachfront. It's got this sweet park next to it. It just looked like a really cool area. And it could be very exclusive. So we have Henry Ford and 8 Mile that still have some affordable properties there, right? This one might be more like the expensive node, because if we go to the, let's see here, Neponsit, and we go right here, properties are $35,000 minimum. Yesterday, when I was buying them, and I released the node information before I bought anything, so just to give people a chance, and I gave some time, I didn't do it right away. I was buying for like 28, had one just under 28 in that range, and now we're up to 35 already. So I think this could be one where we only have 46 properties for sale. This could be pretty cool, and we could see values rise pretty quickly. And you already see buildings going up. There were some buildings going up prior to me announcing it, but I think definitely some new ones have gone up as well. I think I'll start a building in here too once my Detroit one is done, and we'll see what happens there. So there's still, right, somewhat affordable properties here, but I'm guessing these could go up pretty quickly based on how few properties there are. And if just a couple people decide to buy some stuff in here, it could go up. And that's a pretty good mint, right? That's a pretty expensive mint price right there, and pretty small markup for being in our super cool node. All right, so that's the cool, exciting news right there. We'll see how this goes. And again, if you guys have ideas on what to do with the nodes, that's also would be good to hear. See, I'm making sure I'm still active and working. I am. Good. Okay. Not frozen. Other people have, massive discords. They have bylaws. They have rules. They have leadership rules. They have all kinds of cool stuff. Contests. I've been doing more of a lazy node, just buy properties, build stuff, and we'll see how it goes. But, I mean, we could always expand that. We could do a Discord channel. I don't have a ton of time to spend on things like that, but there are some more things we could do with nodes. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know what you think about Queens as well. I still kind of like my strategy of once in a while just picking up a really expensive collection property, and I did that last week. So and it's still a really good deal. But I'll just go along and look at some. I like to look at the last released area and look at their expensive collections and just see what's for sale. And yesterday or 2 days ago I did that, and there's one for sale. You can see it right here for $125, and it was bigger than everything else and cheaper than everything else. So I picked that up, put it back up for sale, and it's minting still 1,400%, which is way below everything else until you get up into the 200,000s here. But that's kind of one strategy I like to do with the new cities. It's just there's some excitement. People are buying stuff. If I can find good deals, kind of like in real life, I know the neighborhood, I know the area. If I see a really good deal, then I'll pick some stuff up and try and flip it. And I had some offers on this in 150, 155. That's a little low, But secret for my YouTube viewers, I'd probably take 165 if somebody's looking for a pretty cheap mint on Conduit. I would probably do that. All right. So the node's been announced. We checked on our other nodes. We kind of looked at prices a little bit. Detroit, it's still a lot to be minted out. It's definitely not all the way minted. Astoria still has properties you can mint here. They're bigger ones, but that's a collection. So we'll see what Upland's strategy is with releasing new cities. But I feel like there's enough properties out there right now for people to buy and mint. And there's cheap ones still to buy and mint. So I don't know if releasing another city right away is a good strategy, but we'll see what they do. They don't listen to me when making these rules. At least I don't think they do. They haven't informed me of that. I think it'd be just nice to see things kind of settle down, maybe get the nodes going, see what property values do, and go from there. And that's going to be kind of my plan. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know about your what do you think of the new node, the old nodes, what your plans are. Let me know if you think we should be doing more with the nodes and have more things going on with it. We might have another contest where I sell properties, a lot cheaper than the floor if the floor does explode, like it could. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but that could happen. And just love to hear overall what you think of Upland right now too. And you can see when I do that shift thing, how I do that, I hold down, control, and just move my mouse and it can do that. We'll see what happens. And just speaking of that really quick, I want to check what's the floor in San Fran, because usually the floor drops when a new city's released, then it goes back up. So it was down to 30 again, maybe a little bit less in San Fran, creeping back up again. So that's kind of interesting. So, yeah. All right. That's all I've got. Love the likes, love the shares, love the comments, like I said. Let me know what you think of the nodes. Let me think again, I'm repeating myself. So anyway, love the support. Love that you guys are paying attention to us and kind of partaking in the nodes. That's great to see. We'll see how this progresses, and we'll have a lot more videos later this week to see what happens. All right, take care. We'll be back soon.